What's up everyone, my name is
Nexxus CaTz.
and today we're back with Go Karting 2019 career mode here for a very big indoor karting track. We are here with,
Nexxus CaTz.
and we will be karting with him. You see we're getting in the car at the moment, car number 20. You can see adjusting the pedals and all that jazz and getting ready to drive out of the pits. It's me, his dad, and him of course, Andreas himself, and then some other strangers guys. You can see we got out of the pits. I was confused at this point, to be honest, whether we could overtake or not, so I was just waiting. I don't know if this was some kind of formation lap, but then I asked Andreas, which you can kind of hear, and he just tells me to go ahead and overtake. So that's what we of course do, overtake all of these guys who really know how to drive go-karts on the fucking highest level that they possibly can. Anyways, this track I believe is one of the biggest in something, which it means it's very big. A lap around here is like 115, at least for me. It's 1.1 kilometers long or something like that, and has a buttload of turns and actually a tunnel that we are going under at this point right here. And it also has a lot of elevation change. You see coming over the line for the first lap, very interesting what this lap was, but not really risking anything, because Andreas has said that these cards like to spin if you brake and turn at the same time. So that's nice, which they eventually actually didn't. But you see here we are going on to a lap, a couple of laps after. You can see into turn 1 we go almost flat out. You just lift a little bit into this corner, you brake quickly, turn the car in as you come over this one where you want a sharp turn, as it is a hairpin kind of thing, as you come up to another hairpin, and there you go on throttle onto the mini straight thing with a flat out corner before and a flat out corner after, which I don't take it flat out here, but I did in the end. Coming up to these corners which are tricky, you want a racing line, pretty much like this one here, or something like that, and then you go under the tunnel, flat out turn, down and just keep it tied to the inside, which I don't do at this point. Braking up the hill. This one you don't want to run out too wide, because you need to go to the right instantly, and there's a bit bumpy on the right, so you don't want that. This one on a lap is basically flat out as well. It's really fun corner, and you get close to the wall. This one you brake for and you turn in the car, and this maybe wasn't the best lap, as I actually just noticed that at this point. But this one you also, guys, we're coming into probably the tightest, one of the trickiest sections. It's a very quick chicane, it's very tight, it's really slow, but it's very nice whenever you get it right. Into these corners they are flat out unless there's some guy in the way. As you get to this part you brake, and then kind of like a double apex thing almost. And then this one, you don't want to get on the throttle before you go down the hill, because you will just glide into the wall and hit the wall. This one flat out on a good lap, and you actually kind of jump over that. This one a massive banking, I don't know, maybe like 20-degree banking or something, which makes it really tricky with these cards to do as well. And on to another lap we go. So that's a lap guy around this track thing. Maybe wasn't really the best lap, as we come up to a guy here who's actually kind of annoying and hard to get by, because his racing lines are, I don't know, non-existent. I was trying to come back for a switchback maneuver there, but then it was like right where I was supposed to go, and then you see this corner, just took it nice and careful and just really waited for a good time to overtake him, because I didn't really know his racing lines. You know, they were kind of inconsistent. You see go to the outside here, which eventually he will go out there as well, and we switch to the inside and just launch it down the inside of this corner. Eventually I end up getting him there, which is really nice, and eventually that is what that is. This is just still the warm-up and qualifying, which I didn't know at this point. I just thought it was the warm-up, so that's nice, which will come on later on. But you can see this track is really nice. It's a really fun track. It's really tricky. It has a lot of different corners that you kind of want and need to master. Which with this one especially is really nice. I like it. It's a fun corner. It's hard to get right like that. And this one here, really quick, and you just brake. It's actually much quicker, this one, than you expect. It just grips. But this one is fucking tricky as well, because you will literally understeer it to the wall if you get on throttle before it starts going downhill. You'll just glide on the bottom of the car and eventually end up gliding into the wall, which you don't want to do. Of course, I am at Andreas at this point, so this is not a track that I've ever raced on. I think Andreas has raced on it once or something. But there is a vlog. I've made a vlog from this, and there's a card somewhere on it. To go click the I button to go to the car or something like that to go watch it. It is a vlog with Andreas. It's one of my more proud projects. I'm really proud of what I've made it, and it's a really nice one, nice content, I believe. So I reckon you go watch it. But you can see we eventually just try making our way past as many back markers as we can until we have the red flag here. We need to stop because we are lining up for the race. Remember, we've just done the one warm-up session, and then we need to do the race now. But this wasn't what I thought. He said 1. At this point I was like, okay, I'm going to the grid to spot number 1. But then I started remembering that I've been told that we were doing warm-up, qualifying, and then race. So 3 sessions, but we've only done the warm-up. So at the final point, I decided to think, okay, this is qualifying. So let's go for a qualifying lap. So I just go straight past my spot thing, and here we go onto our hot lap. Under a red flag. Nice stuff, Marcus. At least there were some people stopping in the middle of the track because they saw the red flag a couple of corners away. So at least that's not me. But yeah, we eventually go on to this hot lap thing, and I slowly started to realize as people were still holding there, that this wasn't hot lap. So he says, I've got to park on place number 1, and I asked him, had we already driven the qualifying? And then he asked me where the fuck number 1 is. Wait, well, I don't know where number 1 is. I never really parked on number 1. No, I'm just kidding. But we go to the grid line. Up on the grid, you can already see someone holding that up, which eventually is he started with the red helmet and some other guy that's actually going into the pit. So we park on spot number 1 for pole position, which I would actually have wished not was there, because then we could have started behind. Andreas rolling up on us on the side of us, which would be interesting to see as we are on the grid for the one green light. You can see there it goes, one green light. He even made a countdown, so it wasn't really too hard to predict it. We get a good start and we're in the lead of the race, and that is that's a race start that kicks ass, I guess, or something. And we managed to pull out a gap quite quickly. All that jazz, you can see we're already, you can't really see them behind, but that's because they're so far behind. No, I'm just kidding. But you can see we managed to pull out a little bit of a gap right there already off the start. We can't really see that, but I knew that. You can kind of see one of the guys. But at the end of the session, I was 6 seconds faster than both of them on my fastest lap, so I guess, you know. You know, that's that. So we managed to settle into the race. In the middle of the race, though, this corner right here, you actually end up flying. We're going to be looking at that a couple of times, because you can kind of just notice that you end up flying, but you just need to keep the bolts in and keep it flat out and trust that you had the grip. And the last one was weird as well. Turn 1 really fun though. We lap quicker than these guys. End up I don't know, just driving alone at this point. Which, you know, is also fine. It was a fun track. But in the middle of it all, we did know this. There were just carts on track. Some other strangers came out. I don't know what the fuck, why they did that. But suddenly there were just, so these guys, really slow guys again, on the track. Kind of confusing, but, you know, that's that. It makes for a bit more action, but also a bit more slowing down. Suddenly these guys just stopped. 2 people here. If you look out to the right, people just stopped on track for some reason. I don't know why. They just wanted to hold there or something, I guess. I don't really know why that has happened. You see some other people letting us pass right here as well, or maybe just driving that slowly. And then it was really confusing, not gonna lie, but you know, that is that. Here we are overtaking some more people, slowly catching up to Andreas and his father, at this point, who we don't know where on track is, but eventually we end up catching up to him. Here he is with the red helmet, Andreas' father. It's Nexxus' dad, as we catch up to him by a lap, after I don't know how many laps we're doing. But you see, he is actually alright at this point. You see, he just goes really wide then. We just kind of sent it down the inside. I didn't know what he was doing there, but it was the final lap of this session, of this stint. So you can see Andreas ahead of us. You can kind of see him ahead of us, but we were going into the pits. One or 2 laps more, and we would have caught him and overtaken him, I believe. So it's a really nice track. This, you can kind of, you're driving around the outside of the bank corner. I believe it was like maybe 2 meters tall at the highest section, which you don't want to go up there really. But really nice track, really fun track, really challenging track, which I enjoyed it very much. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video of karting with Andreas, kind of giving him the high five, and of course his dad after race. Of course you do that. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope I made your day just a little bit. As I said, remember to go watch the vlog that I made from our trip. I hope you enjoyed everything of this, the vlog and of this, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.